So this is my April 2013 bike walk around. So I got asked a couple of times to give a walk around of all my bikes. So here it is. So this is my 1986 M-Star Maico 500. It has a CR 500 oversized gas tank on it. All my bikes, of course, have the auxiliary 1.08 gallon handlebar gas tank, or number plate gas tank, really. I also have tires, front and back. All my bikes have forestry approved spark arresters, FMF. And all my bikes have trials tires on them. This bike, I rebuilt it. It was a motocross bike, but I bought first and second gear for it. Lowered it to the enduro gears. I bought this new Bing carburetor for it. I also put in here the heavy flywheel as opposed to the inner rotor. This bike actually has 1987 CR 125 front forks. And of course it has front and rear disc brakes. It also has a KTM 550 kicker on it because it has to lean forward so you can get a good enough kick on it to start the engine, because you have to get a really long kick. And these ones have the same splines. The originals have too big of a knuckle to lean it forward far enough for it to work. And of course the bike is water cooled. Next we have my 1980, or this one here is a 2004 Maico 500. Same things. This FMF pipe is not the universal one though. I believe this one's for our CR 500. Same kicker for the same reason. Needs the long kick stroke on it. Default kicker doesn't work. This is actually the motocross version. So I had to put on this very big back sprocket and a very small front sprocket to gear it down good enough for the trail, since the motocross gearing is very high at first and second. This also makes it so that the bike tops out at 50 mile an hour with putting these big sprockets on. And of course you have trials tire. Now with that bike I do have the gears to make first and second lower. These are the enduro gears, they're brand new. Cannot put them in yet, or I can put them in, but I just don't feel like taking that whole thing apart to do this. The only real advantage of doing this is I'd be able to put a smaller rear sprocket on and have the bike go faster in a top end. But otherwise, I have no reason to take a bike apart. But whenever I have to rebuild it, I will put those other gears in. So this one here is my oldest bike. This is a 1982 Maico 490. I rebuilt this bike as well. It has a PVL ignition on it. Didn't change anything because this is already an enduro gearing. It has good enduro gearing. The lower gears are low and the upper gears are really high. So it has a different carb I put on it, the TM flat slide. I put this one on because it's already tuned for the bike. It has this angle, and so it makes this car real big, so I couldn't put it into the original airbox, so I came up with this weird contraption to put the air filter into the airbox so no water can get into it. Of course, it also has trials tire. All the same things. Of course, the correct spark arrestor. I did weld on a half a foot peg from Husqvarna onto the brake pedal because my foot kept slipping off the brake. It's got Fox shock. And I also have an extra shock for that bike, I believe, in here. Right here, an extra shock for that bike. That other extra shock, I believe, is for the 86. This brings me to my last bike that's together. This is my 1983 Maico 490, and it is currently a sand spider now. Used to be a spider, used to have 4 gears, but then I rebuilt it and I put a 5-speed transmission inside. The 5-speed is actually from a newer bike though. I think it's for 84 or 85. It's not an 83. But it was the same gear ratios. They're just the XE labeled gears. It doesn't have PVL. It actually has the original moto plate in a rotor still. Also have the upgraded Maico only brake. Jaws tire. Otherwise, this bike is pretty much original. Well, actually, I do have a speedometer on it, but these speedometers don't work very well. Sometimes this thing works, no, it doesn't. This bike has been geared down to be 60 mph top speed. That was confirmed with this. It does have a hydraulic clutch. The 2004 also has a hydraulic clutch, but this one's built into the engine. It's actually part of it. Whereas this one here is a cable hydraulic clutch. So it's this thing here that pulls the original clutch. It works fairly well. I do have a CR500 still, but I don't have the engine. I just have every single other piece of the bike. The frame is not here though, the frame is in the shed. I just got this here as the Sand Spider oversized gas tank. I can put on one of the bikes. And I also have this universal oversized gas tank, and these are for 3.5 to 4 gallon tanks. I also have lots of little parts here and there. For example, this here, I have a lot of Bing carbs. And I also have this rare TM flat slide. It's kind of an older version. And this is a brand new unused Keenan TWK flat slide. This one should be jetted for like a CR 480. Originally I was going to put this on one of the bikes, but I haven't done it. So it's just this brand new car just sits there. I have spare engine here. This is a 1983, possibly Spider, because it has a D for the serial number, which would mean possibly a 5-speed. Don't know if the gears are good though, but I was originally thinking about putting them in my other bike, if they're good, which is another 1983 Maico 490. This is the frame to it. That's the frame, and then I do have the engine in here. See that this bike is completely rebuilt. All the bearings are brand new. Then new piston, new bore, all brand new. Just needs put together. Have the crank up here. No play in it, no up and down play. No side to side play, it's very good. Very good Maico crank. And the gears for that bike, besides that, are in here. These are all 4-speed parts though. What I would like to do is have it as a 5-speed. But I already have 83 490, so I didn't put that together. But I could have one 5-speed, that one, and one 4-speed. But for the trails I ride, the 5-speed just works out better. So wasn't so sure if I should put it back together. So far I haven't yet. But currently I'm on the lookout for a blue Maico. I would like to get a 2000 or 1992 to 1996 Maico 500 blue. That's kind of what I'm looking out for to complete what I have here. But so that's my Maico, or all of my bike complete walk around.